So this is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get to sit right here in the middle of the floor last week, did we? There was probably a table here.
Yeah.
And remember, usually like we sit over there because there's a big table here.
Yeah.
And now there's a bed.
Yeah.
Actually, it looks like IKEA had a mattress sale, doesn't it? I'm going to tell you why in a second. You know what's really cool? What's really cool about not just Ponoka, but also Bashaw, our other church in Bashaw, we both have theater programs. We have community theater groups that do shows in the church. And that's a really cool thing because theater is kind of like church. It creates community. It makes a place for people to do stuff together. Right? So like when you get together with your friends, right? That's like a little community. We kind of talked about community a little bit before. When you get together with your friends and you do stuff and you feel really good about doing stuff, right? That's kind of what the theater thing's like. And bonus, people watch it and they think it's cool too. Have you been to a show here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Isn't it awesome? Were any of you say, I don't know, maybe in a show just recently on this very stage? Yes, you were. Right? It was Monsters Under a Slightly Different Bed.
Like, not like.
Yeah, the bed was a little bit different to that one, right? You could get under it because there's room under it. This one's different because this one's for a story. This is a really cool story. It's called, do you know the story? Is
Princess and the Pea.
you're absolutely right. You know what? The show that they're doing is actually called Once Upon a Mattress. But the story is the Princess and the Pea story. Do you know the story?
Yeah.
You know the story? Like for those of us who don't, you do. You all know the story, don't you? Yeah, it's a classic fairy tale about a queen and a king who are trying to find a princess to marry their son, and none of them are good enough. They never pass the test to see if they're the best princess ever, right? And the tests are all like silly things, like whether they hold their fork right or whether they even use the right fork, you know, or how they dress. Yeah, table manners, right? Yeah, it's all about table manners. And then this princess shows up. Well, she says she's a princess, but they're pretty sure she's not. And so her test is she has to sleep in this bed, and it's a pile of mattresses, really high. And right in the bottom underneath all those mattresses is a tiny little pea. A tiny little pea. Just one. Not like a beet. That would be gross anyway, right? Or a watermelon. That would be easy. But a pea's tiny, right? And so one little pea. And of course she's going to fail because like who would know that, right? And then in the morning she gets up and she goes, I didn't have a good sleep last night. I couldn't get to sleep.
Is there really a pea under there?
Because of the pea,
And isn't the
right? So they know she's a genuine princess. Because that's real and it happens.
monkey? The queen.
Yeah. But you know, the great thing about that story is it is a really important thing to remember because Jesus teaches us this thing all the time. Small things count. Little things are important. When you do a nice little thing for somebody, like you help somebody who needs a hand with carrying something, or say you're collecting tiny little pieces of aluminum off of pop cans, right? They're tiny little things, but when you collect them all together, they can do amazing stuff. Or say you're just a little person. You still do really cool stuff, right? Like all the important things you teach all the rest of us. Yeah, you do. That's why you're important. Jesus says small things count, right? So it's really important. It's really important to remember that doing those small things is a good thing, right? So when we collect these little guys, right? Or when you hold the door open for somebody, or you pass somebody gets something that they can't reach, or you help somebody cross the street, or you help somebody carry their books,
I can cross the street all by myself.
even just giving somebody a smile. Thank you. See? right? Small things count. Now, you guys are going to go, and I think you're working on a little thing you're doing today. We're working on a little thing we're doing. But before you go, we're all going to sing a song for you that's called Small Things Count.